Hey everyone, Sam here from Silly Stories for Kids. Guess what? Here's another story made up on the spot just for you. We hope you enjoy it. Okay, let's go! One day, two little kids named Ryder and Hudson were going for a ride on their bikes. As they were riding along the road, all of a sudden they heard a very strange noise. Help! Help! They looked around. Where's that noise coming from? Said Ryder. I don't know, said Hudson, but I think it's getting closer to us. Help! Help! As they were watching, all of a sudden, a funny-looking man ran around the corner. He was carrying a toolbox. He raced straight over to the boys. Excuse me, boys, do you think you can help me? Who are you? Said Ryder. My name is Bonigo. Hi, Bonigo, said Hudson. What do you need help with? Well, I am in very big trouble because I was trying to set up a new restaurant, you see, because I love food sometimes and I like doing inventions, so I thought that maybe I could combine my funny inventions with food and make an incredible restaurant, but something went very, very wrong. What went wrong? Said Ryder. I think it is probably best that you come with me and see. So the boys followed Bonigo on their bikes. As they rode around the corner, they could hear loud noises coming from a restaurant just up ahead. As they got closer and closer, the noises got louder. There was smashing of pots and banging of pans and all kinds of ridiculous things going on inside. I don't think we want to go in there, said Ryder. I know, said Bonigo. I don't want to go in either, but we need to get this fixed. Okay, said Hudson. What seems to be the problem? They looked in through the window and they could see all these tiny little creatures bouncing around inside that seemed to be trying to destroy everything. Yeah, I'm gonna get this. Yippee! Yahoo! I'm gonna get this one. Yippee! What is that? Said Ryder. Those are the taste buddies. The taste buddies? Said Hudson. What are taste buddies? They are tiny little creatures that come from Foodland and they have a very good skill at helping people decide what they want to eat. I thought that I would be able to use them to help make my machine very important, but I gave them too many different foods and now they seem to be out of control. Oh dear, said the kids. Well, how are we going to get them back in control? To be honest, said Bonigo, I don't really know. Well, let's go inside and see what we can do. Ryder stretched forward and grabbed the door handle. As he went to open, No, don't open the door, said Bonigo. But it was too late. As soon as Ryder opened the door, all the taste buddies came slamming out of the restaurant. Yippee! Wahoo! Now let's go! The taste buddies blasted out the door and started dancing off into the street. Oh no, said Bonigo. Sorry, said Ryder. I don't know what else you could have really done, but we need to catch these taste buddies. How are we going to catch them? Said Hudson. I think that we should make an invention. An invention? Said Ryder. Yes, come with me. The kids and Bonigo went inside the shop. At the back of the shop, there was a big workbench. This restaurant doesn't really look ready. Yes, I was just working on it. Luckily, I have my workbench here and my toolbox and we can make some very cool inventions. So we need to catch some taste buddies. I think that we should start with a food gun. A food gun? Said Ryder. Yes, if we make a special blaster that can shoot food, maybe we will be able to attract some of the taste buddies. Okay. So the kids started working with Bonigo. They grabbed tools out of his toolbox and helped him grab all the different things until Bonigo had made a funny-looking pipe. Okay, I think this will work. Hang on, let me try. Bonigo pointed the food blaster towards the door. He pressed the button. All of a sudden, on one of the tables at the front door was a fully set up 3-course meal. Wow, said Ryder. That looks incredible. A taste buddy came flying in through the door and started munching on the food. Quick, catch him! Hudson dove to try and catch the taste buddy. I can't grab him. He's too quick. He danced around and jumped all over the table as he munched up more and more of the food. Okay, we need something to help catch them. We need something. Is that an ice machine? Said Hudson. Yes, it is, but I haven't quite finished. Do you think we could make the ice machine into something? Oh, good thinking, said Bonigo. So Ryder, Hudson and Bonigo worked very quickly while the taste buddy kept munching and munching and munching all the food. Then Bonigo held it up. Here you go, Ryder, you try. Ryder pointed the new big pipe towards the Taste Buddy, and as he blasted, cold air came streaming out straight towards the Taste Buddy. In no time at all, the Taste Buddy was completely frozen in place. Benego picked him up and popped him into a bag. "Well done, we have caught one. Only a lot more to go," said Benego. "But now we have the tools we need," said Ryder. "Let's go," said Hudson. "Wait, not quite all of the tools. You can use these as well," said Benego. He pulled out 3 saucepans. "What are those saucepans?" said Ryder. "How are they going to help?" "Well, they are not like normal saucepans. I thought instead of having waiters, maybe I could use flying saucepans to take the food straight to the people in the restaurant. So you can use them like a flying carpet." "Really?" said the kids. "Really," said Benego. "Jump on." So the kids all jumped on a saucepan each, and it lifted into the air, and they could fly the saucepan in whatever direction that they liked. Ryder held the food blaster, Hudson held the ice blaster, and they zoomed out the front door, with Benego close behind. "How will we find the Taste Buddies?" said Ryder. "I don't think you need to worry about trying to find them. Just follow the destruction." They looked around, and sure enough, there were broken things all over the place. I guess we're going this way," said Hudson. "Hooray," said Ryder. "Let's go." They flew off on their very special flying saucepans in the direction of all the chaos. As they went around, they could see more and more things that had been completely destroyed. "Don't worry, boys. We will be able to fix it all. We just need to catch the Taste Buddies." Okay, they said. They could hear the noise of the Taste Buddies seeming to get closer. "I think they have found something. Maybe it has slowed them down." As they looked around the corner, there was some shops, and all the noise was coming from inside one particular shop. "What shop is it?" said Benego. The boys looked. "It's the honey shop." "Oh dear," said Benego. They got closer and closer and closer, and as they opened the door, there was something incredible. Taste Buddies were flying around inside the honey shop, all covered in honey. The lady at the counter was very confused. "What's happening?" she said. Sorry," said Benego. "These are the Taste Buddies, and we will do our best to catch them as quick as we can. Okay, boys, go!" So, with the ice blaster ready, they blasted as many of the Taste Buddies as they could. As soon as they started, some of the other Taste Buddies realised what was happening, and they flew and bounced towards the door. In no time at all, they had bounced out, but a few of them were caught. Very sticky honey ice blocks. "Okay, I've got these ones, boys. We need to go chase all the others. Sorry, Mrs. Honey Lady, I will come back and fix your shop very, very soon." "Thank you," said the lady. "All right," said the boys. They jumped back on their fry pans and flew back out the door. "See you later," they said as they went off into the sky. As Benego was following the boys, they were looking and listening for more chaos. "They seem to have gone quiet. That is not a good thing," said Benego. "Not at all," said Ryder. "They could be anywhere. I wonder what they're up to," said Hudson. They continued to fly, watching and listening, until it became very clear where the Taste Buddies were. "Not a food festival," said Benego. As they looked down, there in the middle of one of the streets was a big festival with lots of people and lots of food trucks and lots of Taste Buddies blasting in every single direction. "Oh dear," yelled Benego. "We need to catch those Taste Buddies." But there was even more trouble coming very quickly, because as the Taste Buddies continued to bounce around the food truck festival, all of a sudden they found themselves inside different food trucks. One of the Taste Buddies grabbed the steering wheel of one of the food trucks and began to drive. "No," said Benego. Then, watching him, some of the other Taste Buddies began to grab the steering wheels of other food trucks, and they all began to drive. In no time at all, a whole bunch of food trucks being driven by a bunch of tiny little Taste Buddies were rolling out of the food festival and taking off down the street. "We need to catch them." "The ice blaster seems to be running out of power," said Hudson. "What are we going to do?" I don't know." "Hey guys," yelled a voice. They looked down, and out of an ice cream van down the bottom stuck the head of a little tiger. "Hey Benego, is that you?" "Tiger Pal, what are you doing here?" "Well, I decided to make myself an ice cream van, and this is my first food festival. What's wrecking it? What are those tiny little things?
They are the Taste Buddies. They have taken control. They've lost it. I don't know how to stop them. And now Ice Blaster has run out of power.
I have a lot of things that can make a lot of ice. Do you think that will help?
Yes, definitely.
So Tiger Power invited them inside his truck, and the boys connected the Ice Blaster up to all of Tiger Power's freezers. This'll work, all right. I'll drive. Benigo, Ryder, Hudson, you take the Ice Blasters. We've got this. As Tiger Power began to drive along, Ryder picked up the Food Blaster. Should we use this one this time?
Yes, said Benigo. If we start shooting food in the right direction, hopefully the Taste Buddies will follow. Okay, we need to get them to that big open area over there. Can you shoot it as many times as you can in that direction?
Okay. So he began to shoot, and every time, different kinds of food came out. There was pasta dishes, and steaks and chicken schnitzels, and a big veggie stir-fry. It was very, very tasty looking. In no time at all the food vans seemed to be turning towards the big open area. As the Taste Buddies in their food trucks drove into the area, they were all looking at the giant pile of food. Then they backed their trucks up to the giant pile of food, and then they started pulling all the food out of their trucks and putting it onto the big pile. In no time at all, there was a giant mess of all different kinds of foods. There was tacos and chicken and spirally potatoes. The Taste Buddy in the burger van was dumping burger after burger after burger. The pile was getting enormous. Then, all the Taste Buddies jumped out of their trucks and they ran as quick as they could, bouncing off everything until they jumped towards the giant pile of food. And as they jumped into the air, Tiger Power yelled, "Now, guys, now!" The boys and Benigo each picked up an ice blaster that was connected to Tiger Power's freezers and began to blast. Trouble was, there was still some ice cream in Tiger Power's freezers, so along with the icy, freezy air that was starting to freeze the Taste Buddies, ice cream was also blasting out like a spattery rain. "Oh no, not the ice cream," said Tiger Power.
Sorry, Tiger Power, but we must do it.
They continued to blast and blast, and the Taste Buddies on the pile of food got slower and slower and slower until they all slowed down and froze in position. Benigo went over and picked them up one by one and popped them into the big bag that he had.
I'm so sorry, said Benigo. I did not mean to waste all of your ice cream, and I feel sorry for all the people in the food trucks. All their food is right here.
I wonder, said Tiger Power.
You wonder what? Said Benigo.
Hey, Benigo, do you think that you can make a very special invention to turn this giant pile of food into some very interesting types of food?
I think so, said Benigo. Let me see. Boys, can you help?
Okay, said Ryder. Definitely, said Hudson. So Benigo, Ryder and Hudson worked very, very hard, using everything that they could find out of all the different trucks. Until...
I think it is ready, said Benigo.
By now, all the people from the trucks had made their way to the big open area, and there in front of them was one of the biggest, most ridiculous-looking machines you have ever seen.
Hello, everybody. My name is Benigo. I am very sorry for the mess that my Taste Buddies have made. But fortunately, it has led to the greatest invention of all time.
Benigo pressed the on button, and the boys started shoveling all the food into the machine. What are those kids doing? They're picking up all the food and putting it inside that machine. Won't it be dirty?
No, not dirty, because we put in a very special cleaning part of the machine, and now look.
In no time at all, these round little balls started popping up out the top, and they were flying in the direction of all the people.
Catch them and have a taste.
The people started to catch the balls one by one. They were the most incredible flavour explosion that they had ever tasted. There was all kinds of strange flavours. It was hot and cold and spicy and sweet all at the same time. But something about it was, "This is the best thing I've ever tasted!" yelled Tiger Power. "It's amazing!" All the people started to catch them more and more and were tasting each and every single one. Each ball tasted a little bit different, but the flavours were incredible. The people were so excited that they began to dance. Then they began to chant, "Benigo, Benigo, Benigo! Can we invite this guy to the next food truck festival?" "Yeah, he's my friend," said Tiger Power. "I'll make sure he comes."
"Ho, thank you," said Benigo. "Maybe instead of a restaurant, I make my own fixie food truck where I help other food trucks make their food extra tasty."
Good idea, said the boys. So as Benigo packed up his taste buddies and all of his tools, he started to head back home.
Thank you, boys. I am so grateful. Hang on to the flying fry pans and you can take yourself back home.
Okay, they said. They flew on their fry pans away from the big open area and all the people eating the most delicious food they'd ever tasted all the way back home. As they landed their fry pans in the front yard, their mummy came out. Boys, did you just fly in on fry pans? How did you do that? Well, said Ryder, I don't think you'd believe us, even if we told you. And that is the end of the story.
This episode is brought to you by Bonigo's Fixie Food Truck. Do you have a food truck that sells normal food? You need to see Bonigo so that we can turn it into something that does incredible things with all of the flavors and all of the temperatures, and you will get the most business that you could ever have imagined. Haha! We hope that you have been enjoying the silly stories for kids. Head over to the website for more ways to get involved or to join our family. It is how we continue to make stories. Ho ho! This has been me, Bonigo!
And me, Sam. We'll see you soon.